Hello friends and welcome back. It's time for another series on BigDenoPlays, and today we're going to be playing a card game that I've been speaking about on my streams and I'm very excited for. It's called Earthborne Rangers. Fantastic concept for a game. It's I'm not sure if the term's LCG, TCG, whatever it is, but in this game we play as rangers that are protecting a post-apocalyptic, maybe post-apocalyptic's not the right word, but a futuristic version of the Earth where nature has taken over and our job is to protect the world, interact with people in and around it, and that's it. So I'll nip over to our, as always, our widescreen shot here, and you can have a look at, I've added a few little things there. They're actually probably more for me than anyone else, just so I can remember where to put things in this space. So this is our decks, all of our various things that we need for the game. So here we have our challenge deck. So this is what we use to flip to determine how successful we are at various actions. This is the location that we're at. This is the path deck, which will be the things that we interact with along the way. And within reach, and then this is our deck that represents us as a character. So should be a bit of fun. We'll give it a crack and see how things go. We also have another camera, which you'll see is for our books, and it also has this map of the valley, which is very cool. I'll probably increase the brightness on this a little bit at some point so we can see a little bit better. Turn a light on maybe, but this is all of the locations that we can visit in the map in the valley. It's a double-sided map, two-sided, and then we're also going to utilise the website, which looks like this. Should look like this, and we'll be able to actually interact with the story. It's all digital. There is of course a book version of it, which I may switch to at some points if I'm not enjoying the app experience. But I can turn the app on and off relatively quickly, I think. So we'll head over to our main screen, and we'll get started with some reading of things. Which is setting the story of the game. So I've already built a deck, and I probably won't talk about the deck at this stage, but we may go on to it a little bit later on. So, all right. So actually, I'll go over to this one, and you can read this with me. Cresting the gentle grassy hill, you see the unmistakable silhouette of Lone Tree Station rise out of the highland plains before you. Lone Tree Station is aptly named. The single massive giga redwood towers above the hills and swaying grass that surround it. You can just make out eaves and balconies among the gnarled bark, doors tucked into winding roots, and hanging gardens suspended from branches. As you draw closer, a woman in a freshly pressed cloak steps out from the main entrance and waves. Calypsa, your mentor for the past 9 months, strides towards you with a man who looks just about your age at her heels. "Hello," she calls out. "You made it." "Just look at you." She clasps her hands. She clasps your hands, her smile warm and her grip firm. "I'm glad to have you here." She clasps your hands. She clasps your hands, her smile warm and her grip firm. "I'm glad to finally have you here," she says. Then she turns. "This is Cal Ivor. I trained Cal last year, right before I started training you." Cal Ivor gives her a nod in greeting. "A pleasure," he says. Put the Lone Tree Station location into play in the surroundings. So, here is the Lone Tree Station location. Now, normally you read this number 2 section when you actually go to a location for the first time. I am not sure if you need to do that, but if we do, here it is. Visible for miles around, Lone Tree is a single enormous giga redwood rising out of the thick grass of a high prairie. From far away, the tree is all you can see, but as you come closer, you can see the rest of the station. The large box garden plots hanging from branches, the airship Swift moored to its dock in the tree's crown, the doors and the windows carved into the trunk and peeking out from among the roots. Lone Tree Station has been the base of operations for the Rangers ever since the people came to the valley, and ever since you became a Ranger, it has been your home. Whoop. So, I'm not sure if that was necessary or not, but you did it. Calypso heads back to the station, with you and Cal in tow. She speaks back over her shoulder. Please, make yourselves at home. Explore the hanging gardens. Find Spirit Speaker Nal and Cordo and strike up a conversation. Get to know the place. After you spend some time here in the station, you should head over to White Sky. In fact, High Pimpot has some juniper biscuits baking right now. His food is legendary around these parts. Once those biscuits are ready and you've had a chance to poke around, take a parcel over to White Sky and offer them to the people you meet. It's been at least a year since our neighbours have enjoyed the company of rangers bearing treats. She turns to look at Cal. What do you think, Cal? Good way to get started? Cal grins at you in a way that you can't quite describe as a sneer. Handing out baked goods. I think that's perfectly suited to their abilities, he says. Tell Cal what to do with his condescending attitude. Or ignore him. I would like to ignore Cal. Calypso shakes her head and laughs. Oh, Cal, you're not long past delivering biscuits yourself. It's tradition after all. Right, impressed Calypso on the campaign tracker. I just recall, this is the campaign tracker over here. I didn't take any copy of it. So I wonder if there's an online campaign tracker. Let me go and have a look. I found a tracker and I've added it to our screen so we can all do it together. Okay, so let's go back to the story. We have impressed Calypso. We continue reading. Gain the biscuit delivery mission. All right, so we go to our missions container and we find the biscuit delivery mission. So let's have a look at the biscuit delivery mission. It's here. Boop. There we go. So we have to find High Pimpot at Lone Tree Station. He'll give you the biscuits and send you on your way. We use mission number 91 entries in this thing for the biscuit mission. And if we travel away from Lone Tree Station while High Pimpot is in play, then we do that. So that's all good. We will go over here and we will add this to this area here. So that's our weather and our mission area. And that's all, I think. So we can now go back to the story. Great, we put the corresponding weather card into play. All right, so the weather card is a perfect day and we add 3 clouds to the weather card. Boom. Calypso turns to you. Cal and I are heading out into the valley. We'll be on shadow patrol. That is, we'll never be too far away from you for the next couple of weeks. You shouldn't need our help, of course, Cal says. I can tell by looking at you that you're more than capable. Wasn't what you were saying before, Cal? Farewell for now, Calypso says and starts down the eastern path away from Lone Tree. Spirits guide you. Follow your instinct. She and Cal walk steadily out of sight. Explore Lone Tree Station to find High Pimpot, retrieve the juniper biscuits and learn what to do next. Create the path deck by shuffling the woods and the Lone Tree set, 17 cards in total. And then complete the setup steps on the back of Lone Tree Station and 3 cards. That's it, we're ready to go explore. So, I'll just check this, there should be 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Cool, so we'll shuffle these. I bought really nice sleeves for this game, which I know is kind of against the ethos of the game of conserve the world. But I feel like this game deserves a little bit of investment, and That is all. So there's our path deck. So arrival setup on our location card says, search the path deck for the next predator and discard it. So a search is where you look through here and you find one of these. You're supposed to look for the next one, but it doesn't actually matter. We discard it and then we shuffle again. So I've been learning the rules. I feel pretty comfortable at the moment. That'll no doubt change. Done. Cool. So this is our Ranger deck. So we now get to deal ourselves 5 cards, and we can mulligan. And mulligan means we can discard cards that we don't want. We're also playing a shaper, so shapers have a special card that starts in play, which is called a conduit. That's a setup rule. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I might just need to check that it is actually 5 and not 6. Stand by. All right, it is draw 6 cards. So I've drawn 6 cards. So the cards we have: Reverb Locket, Meditation Pillow, Thorough, Eagle Eye, Riri the Sparrowhawk, and Eagle Eye. Okay. Our last setup card is the Lead Ranger, which is me, draws a path card. And so we draw a Sunberry Bramble. So symbols on the cards will give you a fair bit of information. This little symbol here tells us that it comes to within reach. If the arrow was pointing up, it would be along the way. So I'm going to place the Sunberry Bramble within reach. Sometimes they have numbers that tell you to do things. This one does not. And we can pluck that to soothe fatigue, because it's lovely walking around in the Sunberry Brambles. Okay, so we now flip Lone Tree Station. There is a location action that we have available to us. This is some cool artwork for Lone Tree Station. Beautiful. We can search the comforting shade of the Giga Redwood home to scout path cards equal to our effort and then draw one. We shall not do that for the moment, but we may do so soon. All right, let's commence. So we've got the round structure here, just to remind myself. We're still learning. I'm sure it's going to be wonderful. But we start by drawing a path card. So the path card we draw is Cordo, the Ranger Veteran. Cool. So I'll just put him here. You can have a quick look at his card. Nice little artwork. We have a fitness check that we can do to hunt with Cordo. All right. So Cordo comes into within reach, and we have to read the Cordo section, and we use 91 instead of the normal entries. So we shall read 91. This one. Alrighty, biscuit delivery, 91.1 Cordo. Glad you made it through training. The grizzled man sticks out his hand and shakes yours firmly. The name's Cordo, in case you forgot. I understand you've got a lot of new faces to take in. Clear Cordo with progress to speak with him further. So, I need to start with a glint on my conduit. Great, so I'm going to use this Reverb Locket. It's cost 1 focus. So I'm going to play the Reverb Locket and I'm going to attach Eagle Eye from my hand. So that is a tremendous first turn, I believe, given our mission is to cycle through the path deck. So yeah, so that cost us 1 to do that using our focus. Our next action will be to bring in Riri the Sparrowhawk. So she is friendly, she is persistent, and she is unique. Maybe we don't need her because we've got Eagle Eye, but we're learning about our deck, learning about things, so that's fine. She doesn't actually sit in my area. She actually flies over here, and she is within reach as well. So Friendly, persistent, and unique. And then we will also play this meditation pillow at a cost of 2 spirit, and that allows us to shuffle cards from our fatigue back into our hand. So we need to add 2 echoes to this, which means we can use it twice. And we need to add 3 uses to this, which means we can use it 3 times before we can discard it. Okay, so we only have 1 spirit and 1 of this. So we are going to go and do a test on the Sunberry Bramble. So that's a common test that we can do, which is traverse the nearby terrain to add progress to a location or feature equal to your effort. And so we use the endurance. I can't remember what those symbols are. I should look at those and so make sure I'm saying the right thing. Quick reference, icons. That is called exploration. Perfect. So I don't have any exploration tokens in my deck. So we're just going to do a 2 fitness traverse, and we're actually going to test it onto the Lone Tree Station ourselves. So tests is the core mechanic in the game. So you have to spend your resources, which we've done, and then you flip one of these cards, and the resulting icons and or stuff will determine our success. So I think I already shuffled this, but I'll do it again anyway. And this is where the world comes alive. So we have a 2 fitness test. So our effort is 2. So we add 2 progress to Lone Tree Station because we have done 2 effort. However, we have triggered a sun, so we will now go through and activate all sun abilities. And the second thing we have to do is fatigue. So if Quizzy Voss is not in the path discard, she is drawn by baked goods. Search the valley set for Quizzy and put her into play. So, Quizzy Voss. Little Quizzy. There's Quizzy. Look at her. She's a little rascal. Okay. So she's fatiguing. I'll have to look that up. I think she fatigues us when she comes into play. And there's also a sequence of events that that tells us we have to actually discard some cards, unfortunately. So we have to discard either a progress or a token from a plant, insect, or gear. So our meditation pillow, our stave, or our reverb lockets. We have not got biscuits yet, so we can't discard from them. So we're going to discard from our meditation pillow. And let's go and look up fatiguing on the rules for this. Rules glossary. Fatiguing, I'm pretty sure it's only when you rest. Yeah, great. Cool. So Quizzy comes into play, and when she comes into play, we have to read her entry, and her entry is 91. And Quizzy Voss, 91.4. You feel a tug at your backpack, and you turn to see a young girl suddenly walking beside you. Hi, she says. Do you smell something? Is Hi Pimpot baking his famous juniper biscuits? Can I have one? Which way to the kitchen? Clear Quizzy with progress to help her find the kitchen. Okay. So we've got 4 cards in play, which isn't ideal. Now, when you interact with something that is in the location, each of the cards that are between you and it will fatigue you based on their presence. Unless they have the word friendly, they do not fatigue you. So these 3 cards won't fatigue us. She wasn't in play at the time anyway, but this Sunbreed Bramble does actually fatigue us through here. So the reason I'm okay with that is because I'm going to use my meditation pillow to draw him back into hand. Just have a relax on our pillow. Quizzy's come in at the wrong time, so that's not ideal, but we do have Eagle Eye. So we're going to scout 3 path cards. Put Eagle Eye there. And it costs us 1 awareness to do this. And then we draw 1 path card. So let's do that. I've only got 1 card in hand. That's not good. 1, 2, 3. What was it? Then draw 1 path card. So when you scout, you get to put things at the bottom of the deck if you want. So we're looking for high pin pot. So topside mast, Sunbury Brambles, Spirits Big Canal. I think we will put all 3 of them on the bottom. So then we draw 1, and we draw the Caustic Mulcher. I think that's a bad guy. Beings attached to this being do not ready. If a ranger token is on this biome, you cannot travel, and ranger tokens on this token cannot be moved except by this test. That seems pretty unfortunate. Okay, so I have no more focus, so I can't take any more actions. So we will rest now. So we will take all of these back. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. That Caustic Mulcher seems bad. This round structure, so we've completed our ranger turns. We will not be able to travel because we have not got the location enough. We now ready all of our cards, and each ranger regains all energy and draws 1 ranger card. So I will draw Versatile. We've rested, so Quizzy fatigues us for 1 also. Okay, it's a fucking pretty ordinary start. Caustic Mulcher is like a bad guy. Okay. Now, we've read everything there. Cool. So at the start of our turn, we draw another path card, and we find a Prowling Wolfhound. So it's going to come in along the way. No, it's going to come in within reach. So that's unfortunate. Okay. All right. So I think we're gonna have to do something about this. All right. So if there is another predator in play, there is not, because the Caustic Mulcher is not a predator. Look at how much harm we need to do that. Okay, I think we're going to need to try and harm this Caustic Mulcher and get it to run away. So we're going to exhaust the Sparrowhawk. I'll just use tokens to mark that rather than tapping the card. So she's going to add 1. She can't do it there. Can she move along the way? Don't think so. That's a shame. We'll attack the Wolfhound anyway, or the Woolhund. So she's going to do 1 harm to the Woolhund. Ooh, this is bad times. We might just need to try and scout the path deck. Yeah, we're gonna do Eagle Eye from the Reverb Locket, costing us one of these, and we're gonna have a look at scouting the path deck, and then draw 3 cards. 1, there he is. There's High Pimpot. 2, 3. We'll put High Pimpot on the top, and we'll draw him. We've found his thing. Well, there's a caustic mulcher eating everyone. That's not good. Let's read High Pimpot's entry, shall we? Hi, what are you doing cooking, mate? There's a thing eating everyone. You come across a massive pile of diced and sliced vegetables, roots and tubers. Occasionally, more slices fly through the air to land on top of the pile. Back already? A voice says from beyond the vegetable pile. I told you, there's no silverfin curry to be had until the fish is marinated for at least 3 hours. A head pokes out from behind the pile. Oh, it's you. I thought you were Elder Thrush. She gets so impatient on silverfin curry day. Calypso sent you for the biscuits, eh? They're just out of the oven. Let me know when you're ready to leave, and we'll get you and those biscuits to the good people of White Sky straight away. Travel away from Lone Tree Station while High Pimpot is in play to complete this mission. All right. We're in trouble here. So what we might do is we'll make a test, which I think will be to remember. It's bad. It'll activate all of the things. Dear oh dear. Okay, let's use Cordo and his rule of hunting to add harm to a being for every 2 effort, then add an equal amount of progress to Cordo. So let's play Thorough, which is 2 tokens, and we'll play both of our fitness to have a basic test of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can't fail, but 5. And we're reshuffling the deck, so we're adding a glint. All right. So we add a glint. So we're doing 5, which is we add 1 to a being for every 2 effort. So we're adding 2 harm to this prowling wool hunt. But then we are going to activate from sun abilities, which is very, very bad. So the first one is, if there is another active being, exhaust it and attach it to this biomeld. If not, move your ranger token to this biomeld. Well, we can sacrifice Riri the Sparrowhawk. That seems good. No, we'll do the prowling woolhound. So we can move the woolhound to the caustic mulcher. Eat him. Exhaust it and attach it to this one. So that means we don't do anything else. There's no other sunlight. We do have to discard a progress from a plant, insect, or gear. It's very bad, Quizzy. Can you stop stealing my things? I think we'll take it from the meditation pillow. Come on, Quizzy. And now we shuffle this deck because we've seen the shuffle symbol. All right, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. What are we going to do? So if we interact with this Lone Tree Station, then the caustic mulcher is going to do something. I just remembered something I was supposed to do. When you add progress, you add an additional progress thanks to a perfect day. And when we rest, we remove one of the clouds from there. refresh, discard 1 cloud. Yep. So we actually have 3 progress on Lone Tree Station, which means we can travel away, which means everything that we've just done is irrelevant, but I'm okay with it. We add 2 progress to Cordo as well. Let's chat to Cordo again, actually. Let's connect with Cordo. So we use a connect test, which uses a heart. So there's our connect test. And we'll discard our heart to have a 3. 1, 2, 3. So we've done a 3 and we've used the crest. So we succeed at connecting with Cordo. We add 2 progress to him, so we will clear him at the end of this action. But then we'll go through and do each of the activations. So we add 1 harm to each being attached to this biomeld. So we've cleared this woolhound. The caustic mulch has eaten him. That's good. High Pimpot. If there is an active predator, there is not an active predator. If there is an active predator, if there is an active predator, very good. And that's it. Okay, that's a good test. So Cordo clears now. So let's go and have a read of Cordo's clearing. Clear with progress. Cordo, Ranger veteran. Well, I've been in the Rangers for a few decades, survived more Aatrox attacks than I can count. Cordo rubs his chin. Once, I was one of the best hunters in the valley. I suppose I still am, but these days I spend most of my time keeping things running smoothly around here, though I do get out for a hunt every now and then. His tone takes on a tone of mock severity. I'd take you on a hunt right now, in fact, but you have some biscuits to deliver. You're not going to let the people of White Sky starve, are you? Each ranger soothes 2 fatigue and then discards Cordo. So that discards, soothe 2 fatigue. So this comes back into our hand. Ah yes, we're very bold. And we will then, I think we're done. So we'll end the turn. We will refresh all of our stuff. And then we will travel because we have enough progress on Lone Tree Station to travel. Get out of here, caustic mulcher. All right, so when we travel, you clear away all cards except for persistent ones. So persistent keeps coming with you. So Quizzy and the Sparrowhawk, they're joining us on our quest. She's now refreshed. Quizzy's going to continue stealing stuff from my pillow. And we're going to build the deck. So we are going to travel. Where are we going to travel to, you may ask? So it's a great question. So we're currently here in Lone Tree Station. So we can travel to Aatrox Mountain, Ancestors Grove, or White Sky. But I think we will travel to White Sky, which is the recommended location, since we're learning the game. So if we go back to here and we flip up the app reader, we can have a look at biscuit delivery. We have High Pimpot and High Pimpot. Travel away from Lone Tree Station while High Pimpot is in play to complete this mission. Travel away from it, so we read 101. High Pimpot places the last juniper biscuit into the basket and hands it to you. There's no better way to begin a friendship than with a freshly baked biscuit, he says. The people of White Sky just love meeting new rangers. They always come bearing treats. High Pimpot winks and takes a biscuit for himself. You shoulder the basket and walk down the trail. As you do, the enticing aroma of the biscuits wafts up from the basket. You remember you haven't eaten anything since breakfast. Your stomach growls. Surely they won't miss 1 or 2. Flip the biscuit delivery mission to the biscuit basket side. then choose a ranger to equip it. Well, unfortunately for us, we'll have to discard one of our gear, and it will have to either be our Stave of the Sun, seems bad for a magic dude, or this meditation pillow. And we will discard our meditation pillow. Unfortunate. Okay, so we now have a biscuit basket. We put 3 biscuits on there. And we can start giving out biscuits to people and make them happy. We can also steal a biscuit for ourselves. Maybe we'll do that. Okay, so that is the end of that. So we're now traveling to another location. So when you travel, remove all path cards from the play area, choose a new location, and assemble the path deck for the new location. So we will go to White Sky. So if we go and have a look at our map, so here's White Sky's little location information. So we're going to read number 3. And if we have a look over here at this section, you can see that we are traveling along the lakeshore. So we will add the lakeshore path to the deck. And it's a pivotal location, so we add the pivotal location cards to there. So let's go do that now. All right, so we have the lakeshore deck, and we have the location cards from White Sky. So we shuffle these together, and we shall read the arrival setup for White Sky, which is number 3. Let's have a read of that. Boop. From your vantage point, you can see much of the southern shore of White Sky Lake, from the froth of rapids at the head of the Silverfin River to the mix of rocky promontories and pebble-strewn beaches that slowly curve around towards the opposite shore. There, you see the village of White Sky and the tiny forms of villagers going about their business on the platforms and decks. Good. So, that's our location. Here is our path deck. So the lead ranger, which is me, draws a path card as a part of it. A tributary stream. It is along the way. But there's some nice things. We can soak our feet in the cold, clear water, or we can follow the stream. Very nice. So let's flip this over. Okay. So White Sky is a beautiful lake. That's it. So we draw 1 ranger card at the end of our turn. We drew Versatile, and then each ranger draws 1 path card to start us off on the new round. The Bubble, another feature. So let's read section number 50 on this bubble. Standing on the edge of one of White Sky's platforms, you can see through the clear water to a lake bed. A good 5 meters down, nestled among the jagged rocks and mud, is what looks like a large bubble of trapped air. You see green within and movement as well. You ask one of the locals, a young boy, if there is anyone in the bubble right now. Just one, he says, not taking his eyes off the bobber on his fishing line. Solaro Mako, the archaeologist, said he wanted to study some of the old archaeology gadgets down there. When you ask him when he's coming up, he laughs. No idea. Solaro says the bubble has plenty of food in it. You can stay down there forever. I don't want to stay down there forever. I just want to give him a biscuit. All right. So we find ourselves in White Sky with a basket full of biscuits and no people to give them to. But we can swim down to the underwater dome to return all of your equipped gear to your hand, and that is good, but because we returned the biscuit basket to our hand, how would we get it back to play? Because there's no way to play it. Alright, so we'd be giving away the biscuit basket mission, just saying, you know what, fuck that, I'd like to go and swim around in a bubble. Seems like a bad strategy. All right. Well, Quizzy's our friend. So let's give Quizzy a biscuit. Would you like a biscuit, Quizzy? Would you like a little biscuit? You would? Great. So we will give Quizzy a biscuit. We will use this spirit. So we will spend versatile, and we will spend our 2 yellow spirits to give us 3. So that is a total of 3. And we will flip this. It's sunlight. It also has a reshuffle deck, which is glinting, so that's good. This test is not adding progress, it is giving a biscuit. And we roll 0 on our test, so we're fine. So we're giving Quizzy a biscuit to move 1 biscuit to a human that does not have a biscuit on them and add 4 progress to them. There you go, Quizzy. You have 4 progress. Guess what? Quizzy is about to clear. So I'm just going to check the timing of things. So does she clear straight away? Test. Choose test. Commit effort. Apply modifiers. Determine success. Resolves the effect of the test. I might go check that. Let's have a look. Great. So you do clear her as the next action once you've resolved the current step you're on. So the current step that we're on is doing the successful test. So then we clear Quizzy. So because we're still doing biscuit delivery mission, I know we're not doing biscuit delivery mission, are we? Let me read. Number 1. 101. No. Biscuit delivery. Biscuit delivery. Clear Quizzy with biscuits. No. So we've finished, because we have the biscuit basket, that the other mission's not in play, so we're actually just clearing Quizzy using her normal thing, which is 80. So let's read that. You little rascal. After a non-stop barrage of questions and stealing of our meditation pillows, you're a bit surprised when Quizzy suddenly stops talking. You turn and she's standing on a rock, shielding her eyes as she looks out at the sun. I would stay and help you some more, but I can't be late for dinner. See you some other time. She hops off the rock and scampers down the path, vanishing from view in an instant. Each ranger soothes 2 fatigue. Discard Quizzy. See you, Quizzy. I hope we never see you again, but somehow I feel we may. Okay, so now we do sunlight actions. There is no sunlight on any of our cards, so we're fine. We added our glint to our stave of the sun. So we're now going to shuffle our deck again. Okay, so we have 2 biscuits left. We can eat a biscuit for ourselves if we want, but I don't think we will. Let's use 1 awareness to play Eagle Eye from our reverb locket. And that is a draw 3 path cards and choose what to do with them. Oh, Vera's there. Hello, Vera. So we'll put these 2 on the bottom of the path deck, and then we will draw Vera. Let's read Vera. What number are you, Vera? It's all here, actually. $49. Vera Lake Guide. If we have a biscuit basket equipped, go to 49.1. A massive muscular arm drops over your shoulder, and you find yourself face to face with a tall woman wearing a thin smile. Hello there, the woman says. Name's Vera. I make supply runs all over the lake, she sniffs. Something in your bag sure smells good. Mind sharing? Clear Vera with progress to charter a boat and immediately travel to any location on White Sky Lake. Have a look here. White Sky Lake we can go to Golden Shore, White Sky. Probably Mountain, Matrox Mountain, maybe. Not sure. Alright. We don't have any spirit left, so we can't give her any biscuits. We can, however, do a traverse test to traverse White Sky. So let's do that. So we will traverse White Sky. We're going to discard one of these bolds. And I think we'll put 2 on it. So we flip our challenge result. So we've got 4, -1. So we add 3 progress. That will add an extra progress, but it doesn't matter. So we can travel away from White Sky whenever we would like. Because of the crest there, if there was an active predator, there is not. However, we do fatigue ourselves because of that tributary stream. We're adding a fatigue card. I think we're going to remember our ranger training, which is a basic test you can do, which is to draw cards equal to your effort. So let's have a look. Our effort is 1, so we draw 1 card to look at it. And then we can draw 1 card. It's Shape the Earth. I'll take that into my hand. I'm also going to discard my reverb locket because it is not usable anymore. What awareness checks do we have? We can exhaust a being. We don't need to do that. So that's fine. Okay. So that's the end of our round. We will rest. We will refresh everyone. We will gain our cards back. We have to shuffle this. We gained a glint already. And there was no abilities that triggered on that. And then we will have drawing a card, the end of our turn, another stave, and then we draw a path card to start the next round. Another tributary stream. All right, Vera, I would like to give you a biscuit. Would you like a biscuit, Vera? This is a risky biscuit delivery. We'll start by scouting the path deck. Sorry, not scouting the path deck. We'll start by remembering our ranger training. Sorry, I need to do this first. We failed, so we draw that. And mountain locations trigger. There is none. But we have Strider, which lets us traverse. You may only commit this when interacting with a trail. Okay, so we can't commit that while going along the tributary stream. Alright, we're just going to have to raw dog giving Vera a biscuit, I think. By that I mean we need to not flip a -1. Give her a biscuit. It's a 2 to pass it. Oh, it's a -1. Alright, we fail at giving her a biscuit. It's not that hard to have a biscuit. That's all I'm saying. Why can't you have a biscuit? We're not swimming down to the bubble. Do we want to follow the stream? We don't have any focus, so we can't do that. We can traverse that feature to add progress to it, but none of those tributary streams clear from progress. They clear from having a ranger token on it. So I think we're just going to rest again. We draw another card into hand. Compassionate. We draw another path card. A fresh blue kelpweed comes in down here. We get this back. We get this back. Compassionate is going to help us give biscuits, so that's good. Okay. Did I draw another path card? I did kelpweed. I will scout again cards from my deck. Oh, where was that last time? No sunlight issues. So we flip this card. It's thorough. Pretty sure I thoroughly shuffled my card. I'm going to put that on the bottom of the deck. I'll draw this. We have a meditation pillow. Cool. Can't put that on yet. Let's discard Compassionate and 1 Spirit to give Vera a biscuit. Have a biscuit, Vera. Hey, Vera has a biscuit. Hope you like your biscuit, Vera. So we add 4 progress to her. So that will immediately clear Vera, and let's see what she says. $49.5. So we cleared Vera. We move down to the shore after giving her a biscuit and find Vera cleaning the deck of the longboat. She looks up and sighs. You ready? You may immediately proceed. Maybe I actually have to do. No, that's right. So we can proceed to Lone Tree Station, Golden Shore, or Atrox Mountain. If we do that, discard the current challenge card and do not resolve the remainder of this test. If you choose not to travel, discard Vera. Resolve the remainder of the test as normal. Do we want to go somewhere else?
Go visit Golden Shore, maybe? No, I think we'll stay here in White Sky. I don't think
we'll visit anywhere else. Thanks, Vera. It's nice of you, though. But we're okay. So we want to scout the path deck. Okay, Vera Biscuit. Yeah, let's do this. Let's scout the path deck using awareness. And we'll use 3 awareness, and that's interacting with White Sky. So because we're interacting with White Sky, we've got 1 to fatigue from interacting with that. And we've committed 3 effort. And so that is a 2. So we will scout 2 cards equal to our effort and then draw 1 path card. We will draw Elder Murtok Graal. G'day, Elder Murtok Graal. He comes in along the way, and we fatigue ourselves for 2 cards. Let's go read Elder Murtok Graal's entry. If a ranger has Biscuit Basket equipped, go to 51.1. Well, what have we here? Elder Murtok sets down his fishing pole and walks towards you. The ranger's famous juniper biscuit. The smell alone is almost enough to make me forget about our troubles. If only we could solve our problems with baked goods. Clear Elder Murtok with progress to learn what's troubling him. Okay, so do I want to give a biscuit to Elder Murtok Graal? Or instead, do I want to eat a biscuit for myself? I think I would like a biscuit. I'm a hungry man. I'm a hungry man. So, either way, we have to rest. So we shall rest. Recover all this and this. We draw a card. Throng of Life. Oh, that's a cool one. And path card, it's an angler. Artel the Angler. Let's read him. Maybe we should give a biscuit to someone else. Maybe we shouldn't just be greedily eating biscuits. G'day, fisherman. 48.1. What's this then? The voice seems to come out of nowhere. and you look up and see someone standing on a rock overlooking the water. Those smell like High Pimpot's famous juniper biscuits. You barely have time to notice that the person has a fishing rod before it flicks out and the hook catches in the handle of the basket. With a practiced flick of the wrist, the basket now sits in front of the angler, who eyes the biscuits greedily. May I? I haven't had a bite all day. Well, sure, buddy. You can have some biscuits. So, so we can use Artel to add biscuits to our biscuit basket. We can fish with him to exhaust Artel. If there is a water card in play, which there is, soothe 2 fatigue and add 1 token to each equipped food. We'll just be adding biscuits. It's a fish biscuit. Elder Murtok Graal, we can listen to the wisdom of the elders to return a moment from your hand to your collection to choose a starting moment from your collection that you meet the aspects for. This alteration to your deck is permanent. Cool. We can wrap the pungent leaves around a wound. Okay, heal a wound for a ranger. Alright, so at this point, all we need to do is eat a biscuit or give a biscuit to someone, and we're fine. Our highest value option here is actually eating a biscuit, because we can spend awareness plus triangles. Triangles is reason. So we're going to do that. We're going to eat a biscuit. We're going to spend our Stave of the Sun, which we have 2 of, and you can only use 1. And we will spend 2 awareness. Let's just spend 1 awareness, actually, and I've got a reason for that. You'll see in a second. So we're going to eat a biscuit. We're going to sneak a biscuit. Oh, we don't have to discard that because you don't need to actually pass any test. So we'll just spend the 1. It's a 0. There is no romping lutrinals in play. So that's it. So we've eaten the biscuit. We soothe 3 fatigue and we move 1 biscuit to our roll. If we ever have 0 biscuits on this gear, which we do, we go to 102. Let's read that. Now, in case you hadn't noticed, I have watched a few playthroughs of this game so far, and the biscuit delivery is about the extent of what I watched. So, if the Rangers have no biscuits on their roll cards, go to 102A, but we do. With an empty basket, you continue down the path until you come across Calypso and Cal resting beside a bubbling stream. Calypso gestures towards the basket. How did it go? She asks. You glance down and self-consciously brush the biscuit crumbs off your shirt. Complete the biscuit basket delivery mission and then return biscuit basket to the collection. Each ranger soothes 2 fatigue. Then we go to 103. So, as we're standing there, from down the path comes the sound of a melodic whistling. Before long, a man wearing many layers of cloaks and walking with the aid of an ornate conduit follows. As he passes, he tips his wide-brimmed hat in your direction. Good day to you, friends. Good day, Master Ale, Calypso replies. Lone Tree's hanging gardens are thirsty. They'll be grateful for some rain. Fear not, my dear Calypso, for there is no shaper more skilled at stirring the clouds than I. By the time you return, those gardens will be thoroughly soaked. With that, the shaper continues down the path. He resumes his whistling as he passes from sight. Cal shakes his head. That fool is overly impressed by his own abilities. Trouble will come of it, mark my words. Calypso nods, then turns to you. It's time you should be on your way, she says. The village elders often have tasks that require the help of rangers. I recommend that you seek them out on your travels. I also know that Cordo would like some help dealing with a caustic mulcher that roams the woodlands. I'm not sure what he has in mind, but you can seek him out at Lone Tree Station if you're interested. Farewell! With that, Calypso and Cal disappear into the forest, leaving you to explore the valley on your own. And what we do now is entirely up to us. We could explore different path types, or we could head to pivotal locations, or we can look around for people and see what we can do to help them. I'm not really sure what to do now. I've never really thought about it. What have I got in my hand? That's a good one. Okay. So let's maybe help this fisherman guy. Fish guy. No, let's not. We discard the biscuit delivery thing and let's play some iron wool boots. After we play a moment, we soothe the fatigue. So that seems like a very useful task. And do we need to do anything else? Nope, I think we will. Do we have a manifestation? We do not. Yeah, let's fish with the affable angler. It's a focus plus this symbol. So we will spend a focus and shape the earth. That's a 2. Just need to not get a minus. Yes. So sunlight. So if a test added progress, add 1 additional progress. Oh no, we don't want to do that. We want to connect with him, don't we? Scratch that. We're connecting with him. So we'll connect, we'll use this meditation pillow and this throng of life. So we do pass. I probably would have gone 4. So we suffer a -1. However, we'll play Throng of Life using our focus. And that allows us to choose any challenge icon number. So we'll choose the +1. So we succeed and we put 4 focus on Artel, for progress rather, connecting with him. And because it added progress, we add an additional progress. From that, we have to choose an additional thing to do. So we will choose the mountain, additional one of these. I don't know what they're called. What are they called? Challenge icon. There you go. So we've cleared Artel. I'm also going to exhaust my Prodigy of the Floating Tower to take Throng of Life and put it back into my hand, because that is an ability that my Shaper guy can do, and that is the first manifestation that I've played. Cool, so let's read about Artel the Angler and his progress. Helping hand is not attached. Found the perfect fishing spot is nothing to us so far, so let's go to this one. Artel harumphs. Not sure what it is, but the fishing's been terrible for weeks. I think something spooked the fish in these parts. I can feel it. The angler appears contemplative for a moment. Actually, I've been hearing some tales of amazing fishing spots across the lake at the Golden Shore. Maybe all the fish moved up there. Would you be willing to accompany me? I'd sure appreciate an escort, what with the fish spooker hanging around somewhere. Do we agree to bring Artel to Golden Shore? Yes. Yes, we do. Let's take him to Golden Shore. Why not? So we will attach the Helping Hand mission. This is exciting. We place that here. You have agreed to help this person complete an important task. Good of us, good of us. The attached being gains persistent. If you do not help this person before the end of the day, the opportunity is lost for now. Okay, so he stays in play, I guess, then. Okay. So we will end the day. We will draw a card. And we will travel. So we are going to travel away from White Sky.
Where are we going to? Golden Shore. Well, if we go to Mount Nim and then Golden Shore versus Lone Tree, Mount Atrox Mountain and that. So we'll go Mount Nim. So Mount Nim, I'll go prepare that up. So this all goes away. And I'll be back shortly.
Alright, so for a non-pivotal location, which this place is, you grab this deck, which is called the Valley set. You shuffle the Valley set. Draw 3. And then you shuffle that in with the non-pivotal locations path deck. So there we go. So Mount Nim, we have arrived at Mount Nim. Let's read about Mount Nim, number 13. Climbing the spurs of Mount Nim is tiring work. A brisk wind chills your skin. As you approach the summit, you look out and see almost the entirety of the valley stretching to the south. White Sky Lake glimmers below. Then, following the thread of the Silverfin River, you can spot the thin, gleaming spike of Spire in the distance. Beyond, you can imagine you see the mouth of the valley where the ground drops away into the emerald expanse of the Verdessa below. Boom. Alright, so lead ranger, draw 2 path cards, choose one and put into play and discard the other. Oh, Calypso, what are you doing here? Fractal wire. Cool. If one of the cards has ambush, you must choose that card. Calypso, I literally just saw you at White Sky. What are you doing here? What are you doing? Let's go read Calypso. What are you doing here, Calypso? What number are you? Number 85. Calypso, Ranger Mentor. Enters play. You've come across Calypso in the middle of the field as she is teaching something to Cal Ivor. She waves you over. I've just been discussing some lessons with Cal. Care to sit in? Clear Calypso with progress to learn from the wise ranger. I don't think we need to have a chat to Calypso at this point in time. You can add 1 progress to a path card as Calypso lends you a hand. That is pretty awesome, actually. It's good that you're in play, Calypso. All right. We drew a card. So at the start of the turn, we draw a ranger card, and we have found a circling iris. So it is flying around along the way. It is persistent. It's going to follow it off. Follow us around with a doofus. So we can scare it off by using spirit. But if we fail, we suffer an injury. What icon's that? Shape the earth. Throng of life. We'll keep that in play. Yeah. Okay. I think we can handle that. Seen through cycles. Oh, choose a being in play. Shuffle it into the path deck. That seems good. Let's do that. Manifestation. Okay, so remembering our goal is to go and visit Golden Shore. I would like to I'd just like to trundle Artel over there. So if we use the traverse, we can add 4 to the mountain. We will suffer 2 fatigue from the circling Irix. So let's do that though. So we have this Strider card, which is 3 fitness, we'll add 1 fitness, so that's 4, 5. So we're 5 on this test. So we roll a 0. So we pass, we add 4 progress to Mount Nim. So we are clear on that front. And the circling iris is not within reach, so we don't do that. There is an active predator, so we exhaust it and we add harm. We'll do harm to Calypso. Seems bad. The circling iris is going to harm Calypso. Don't stand for that, Calypso. Don't stand for it. Bash him. So we do suffer 2 fatigue for that because of the circling iris. We're just going to activate our Prodigy of the Floating Tower to take a manifestation and put it back in our hand, which will be Throng of Life. And then, so I think we just need to disappear, but we might play this Seen Through Cycles manifestation. So we're going to circle Irix and send him back into the path deck. And we'll see what other creatures. Oh, there's a giant Irix. So there's a dude in here, his name's the Fundamentalist. He reduces the presence of all other beings by 1. Interesting. But we can put this agitated meadowlarks into play. They come in next to us, and then Riri the Sparrowhawk's going to eat them. She's going to exhaust to just chomp them. And then, because we have enough progress on Mount Nim, we will head off. So, good work, everyone. Oh, we're in the middle of a hot day now. Definitely should have been in the middle of a hot day last turn. Did we have any yellows? Yes, so we'll fatigue ourselves for 1. I'll set up for the next one. Alrighty, so Golden Shore is another non-pivotal location. So we'll just whip out 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. And we'll shuffle it in with the Lakeshore deck because we're travelling along the lake from Mount Nim to Golden Shore. And let's read about Golden Shore. I'm sure it is absolutely picturesque. Sounds lovely. Golden Shore. If Artel is in play, he is. Go to 12.1. Artel nods approvingly. Look, that little tucked away spot under those trees. It definitely feels better, don't you think? Nothing spooking the fish around here. I can tell. Artel pulls one of several collapsible fishing poles out of a long conical tube. Here, never let it be said that I don't pay my debts. Besides, how many vaulting rods does one person need? Awesome. Gain the Artel's vaulting rod reward card. Discard Artel. Return helping hand to the collection. Fun. And record found the perfect fishing spot on the campaign tracker. All right. Let's go and do that right now. Oh, and we'll read Golden Shore. Wherever sunlight kisses the shoreline, you can see how the Golden Shore earned its name. Countless flecks of gold glitter beneath the water, sparkling through light reflected off the surface. A wind comes in off the water, causing the grass to rustle with a soft hiss. That's nice. Let's load up the tracker What did we have to do? Found the perfect fishing spot. Found the perfect fishing spot. Good work. We've lost a thing from the midday sun. And we're good. Okay, so arrival setup, lead ranger, draws 1 path card. We've found some tidewater muckets. Little somethings. And then we're done. So, while we're here, what do we want to do? I think we probably want to... we need to get the fishing poles. Let's do that. I think we want to find someone to help do a quest. Let's find someone in the path deck. So, but let's find this reward card. This is I haven't looked at any of these reward cards at all. Haven't looked at any of them. So I don't know what any of them do. We're just got to find the fishing pole. Oh, there we go. Artel's vaulting rod. Cool. So the way reward cards work, you can't just put them into your deck. You have to take cards out. But you can do that at the end of the day. You get to rest. So we'll think about that. All right. What we're going to do is, first thing we're going to do is exhaust and bring this card back into our hand from our discard pile. And we're going to use our Sparrowhawk to do an awareness test. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. No, I actually definitely need to draw another path card. So fresh blue kelpweed, very good. Yes, so then we will do 3 awareness, and we'll also discard this, which is reason, and that will allow us to do a 4 test to scout the path cards equal to our effort and draw 1 path card. So our test is a 5, and we'll activate any mountain effects. So there is not an active predator, there is not a romping latrinal. So we will scout 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Calypso's back. What are you doing here, Calypso? Wow, lots of romping latrinals around. And quiet, he's like one of the bad guys. Okay, I'm going to put all of those on the bottom. And Calypso's back. G'day, Calypso. We've already read her story, so I don't think we'll read her again. But we definitely want to try and connect with her. She's friendly. So we will connect with Calypso. And we will spend 2 of our spirit and this Throng of Life heart card to connect. So we will connect, it's a -1. However, we're going to use Throng of Life. And that's done at a moment in time, and we're going to discard a blue focus to play it. Response: when a ranger draws a challenge card, choose which modifier to use from that card. We will use 1 focus. It's a manifestation, so it costs us a glint to use. So we're +1. So we're actually going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have successfully cleared Calypso and connected with her. We have to resolve an additional challenge card. We will resolve that one. There is no active predators. We'll resolve the mountains, so we will add 1 progress to a path card. Yeah, there's none. There's none to worry about. Sure, we'll just put it on this kelpweed. So let's read Calypso's story. 85. Clear thanks to progress. Calypso gestures to the field around you. As rangers, we have a responsibility to the valley, not only to our friends and neighbours, but to the valley and every living being with it. Look around us, you dutifully study the meadow. The grasses, the bushes, the insect, the birds. The valley is full of life. When we move through it, we cannot help but affect it. She takes a few steps, then gestures behind her to the grass crushed beneath her boots. This is why we should think before we act. It can often be better to observe and avoid the living things in the valley, and when we can't observe, she reaches into her pocket and pulls out a small chunk of meat. She tosses it into the middle of a field, and you hear a screech. An eagle swoops down, pouncing on the morsel. Calypso smiles. It can be better to distract. Exhaust one non-human being in a play. Well, we'll make it the Tidewater Muckets. Okay. So move that over there. Good. Of course, Calypso said, there are a lot of beings in this valley. Sometimes there are too many to avoid or even to distract. Sometimes you have to press on, even when it's dangerous or tiring. Exhaustion, fatigue, these can be worthwhile trade-offs for accomplishing important tasks. You need to be willing to push yourself and tire yourself if you're going to get everything done in a day that you need to. She looks at you and Cal. Perhaps a competition will teach you what I mean. Which of you can push yourselves more? Can we find out? If you take on this challenge, it will discard your current fatigue stack. Do we agree to the challenge? Not today. So probably I would normally consider it, but we're getting close to ending the day. I've only got 6 cards left in my deck, and I'd like to probably end the day. So we'll just gain 2 fatigue back, 1, 2. We'll discard Calypso, and we will call that a day. That's a shame. I was hoping it'd be something else. That's all right. Let's traverse the Golden Shore, spending our 2 fitness. We succeed, and we will now end the day, and we shall travel. Where are we? Golden Shore. Let's travel to the northern outpost and have a look up there. So, ending the day. Where is that listed? Ending the day. This is my first time ending a day. Let me have a look at that. Good rule book. It's a good rule book. Day ending 21. Choose to camp. We will successfully camp, and your current play session is over. We tick over the time tracker. So let's load this up. So day 1 is over. Save your current location. So what else do we do? Check off the next day. Save your current location. Okay, so nothing else changes. All right, but we can do our deck shuffling. So I think I might call it there for this episode. This has been the first episode in what will hopefully be an Earthborne Rangers experience. So I'm going to shuffle my deck a little bit, and that'll do. I think this flips over now because we're ending the day, and I'm going to add that vaulting rod into my deck. So hope you've enjoyed learning a little bit about Earthborne Rangers, and I'm excited to continue exploring this world, so it should be a bit of fun. I will catch you all in the next episode. Big Deno out.